all eyes are on Paris. In just about 2 hours from now, the opening ceremony of the Olympics will kick off. There is excitement in the air, but there is also fear. There was an attack on France's high-speed railway line this morning. Also, an airport in France was evacuated. Are these events an indication of what could possibly lie ahead? The terror threat hangs over the Olympics. What are the chances of an attack on the Games? Could terror strike the Paris Olympics? Let me tell you what happened this morning first. As Paris was gearing up for the grand opening ceremony, a series of coordinated attacks were launched on France's high-speed train network. Train cables were set on fire. There was also fire along the train lines. French officials say some quote-unquote arson material had been found on location. Several train routes in France were disrupted. Visuals, in fact, showed total chaos at the train stations. Restless passengers were seen sitting with their luggage on the platforms and staircases. Reports say the attack impacted 250,000 travelers today. And it could go on to impact 800,000 travelers through the weekend, many of them obviously shuttling to Paris for the Games. The French Prime Minister Gabriel Attal has called it acts of sabotage, adding that they were carried out in a quote-unquote prepared and coordinated manner. The question is, by whom? Who attacked France's railway lines hours before the opening ceremony? Could it be terror groups? France has not said anything yet. Reports say authorities suspect the ultra-left. But there is no official word yet. Attal says the French forces are searching for the culprits. Amélie Oudéa-Castéra, who is the French Minister of Sports and the Olympic and Paralympic Games, has called the attack on the French rail network a sort of coordinated sabotage. She also told the local media, and I'm quoting here, "Playing against the Games is playing against France, against your camp, against your country." Europe is on alert. Eurostar, the railway company that operates international train services between Paris, London, Amsterdam and Brussels, has asked customers to cancel their trips for the day if possible. In fact, the company has cancelled 2 services from London's St. Pancras to Paris Gare du Nord. A train from Paris to London has also been cancelled. And while all of this was happening, Euro Airport Basel-Mulhouse Freiburg grounded all flights. All passengers were evacuated from the terminal. The terminal was then closed. Why? Safety reasons. Was there a bomb threat? Was something suspicious found at the terminal? We don't know. What we do know is that these incidents are only adding to the atmosphere of fear in the lead up to the Olympics. In less than 2 hours from now, the opening ceremony of the Olympics will be starting on the River Seine. Some 100 boats will ferry over 10,000 Olympic athletes. They will pass by iconic landmarks, the likes of Notre Dame and Pont Neuf. The event will be at least 3 hours long. There will be over 300,000 spectators. Some 104,000 people will be in the stands lining the river, and more than 200,000 spectators will be on raised roadways. Who will guarantee their safety? Also watching the ceremony will be VIPs and celebrities from around the world. A high-profile floating opening ceremony stretched along 6 kilometers is a security nightmare just by the sound of it, of course. Can Paris pull off the grand spectacle scratch-free? We sincerely hope so. You see, this is not the first time terror has become part of the discourse with regard to the Olympics. Most of you know what happened in the 1972 Munich Games. 11 Israeli athletes and coaches were killed by a terror group called Black September. Cut to 1996 Atlanta Games. There was a bomb blast. At least 1 person died. 100 others were injured. It was the 27th of July. Today is the 26th, and the Paris Games are kicking off on the sidelines of 2 raging wars. One of which France is playing a big role in, of course. It was just months ago that the French President Emmanuel Macron said that sending Western troops to Ukraine should not be ruled out. And one cannot also forget that France itself has been the victim of several terror attacks in recent years. In the year 2015, 130 people were killed in Paris, nearly 500 were injured when terrorists attacked 6 locations across the French capital. The same year, France also saw the attack on employees of the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. The Games also coming on the heels of ISIS attacks on Russia and Oman. Despite it all, France is confident that it will be able to safeguard the Games. France has deployed 45,000 security personnel to guard the banks of the Seine. 10,000 soldiers have been deployed in Paris. In addition to this, there are also 22,000 private security guards who have been tasked with ensuring that Paris 2024 is completely safe. All through the day, the police have been patrolling the streets of the French capital. Also on standby are anti-drone experts. In fact, reports say some 4,000 people have been banned from attending the Olympics-related events. Authorities are also reportedly paying particular attention to Russian and Belarusian citizens. Artificial intelligence has been roped in as well. Security agencies are using AI-driven video analysis to safeguard the event. What you must also know here is that India is also playing a big role in providing security at the Olympics. India has sent a K9 contingent. Part of this contingent are 3 German Shepherds, 1 Labrador Retriever and 6 Belgian Malinois. These K9 soldiers are from various Central Armed Police Forces, this including the Central Reserve Police Force or CRPF, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police or ITBP, and also the Sashastra Seema Bal, Assam Rifles, and the elite NSG or the National Security Personnel. And accompanying India's K9 squad are 17 security officers. Now, this is the first time that an Indian K9 contingent is providing security abroad. These K9 soldiers are all highly trained, each of them having unique capabilities, and they are working with the French teams to ensure that safety bags a gold medal at these games. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.